Manhattan Beach Village Methane Leaks by Weston and Hory. Where and why is this happening? In the recently renovated Manhattan Village Mall, and mainly underneath the Manhattan Village housing community, there is a large mass of oil reservoirs. These reservoirs used to be a part of an oil mining facility, but after the decline of oil sales, they shut down and buried the oil deep into the ground. Because they used outdated equipment to store the oil, environmental factors led to the oil spilling and leaking methane gas. Why we need to be worried about these leaks and who is responsible. Leaks from oil send out methane gas emissions into our atmosphere, contributing to greenhouse gases, which leads to our world being vulnerable to extreme global warming. The oil reservoirs were used by Standard Oil Corporation, and they were spread apart the 186-acre petroleum digging facility. After Standard Oil was forced to dissolve because they violated the Sherman Antitrust Act, 32 companies branched off from this one successful oil corporation. The most notable one was Chevron. Chevron still owns these reservoirs and continues manufacturing oil right next to the Manhattan Village. I tried to get an interview via email or Zoom with both the Village and this Chevron branch in Manhattan Beach, but both of them declined for the interview. Solution 1. The most obvious solution would be to remove these reservoirs by digging them up. Removing these would be great effort and would cost a lot of money. The way that the oil would be removed is through a process called solution mining, in which this oil would be drilled up from the reserves. But the main issue with this is that it would be hard to drill the oil back up because there are hundreds of houses in the way of the drills. Solution 2. If we can't solve the oil from leaking methane, we need to prevent it from happening. Either local governments such as the Manhattan Beach Council or the Los Angeles County should enact legislation that either prevents a situation like this from happening by implementing stricter safety guidelines, or they try and slowly prevent this from happening again by digging up old reservoirs from other places or stopping methane gas from leaking. Solution 3. Finally, Chevron, the branch of Standard Gas Co., needs to implement safety regulations and try to become carbon neutral by offsetting less emissions from their factories. This would not only change my little town of Manhattan Beach, but also the whole world.